Fast Company ranked Builder.ai the third most innovative AI company on the planet, and none of it was real. It placed above Google DeepMind, above nearly every dedicated AI research lab operating at the time. Microsoft invested, Qatar's sovereign wealth fund followed, and the company's valuation reached $1.5 billion. Its pitch was simple: AI that builds software automatically, faster, cheaper, better than any human team could. In May 2025, the money ran out. Builder.ai filed for bankruptcy and laid off 1,000 people in weeks. When auditors pulled at the books, they found something no one who funded this company had ever verified. There was no AI. There had never been one. Behind the platform were hundreds of engineers working by hand. Not a handful of contractors plugging gaps. Hundreds of people doing every task the AI was supposed to handle. Builder.ai was not the first company to do this, and it was not the last. When ChatGPT launched in 2022, every investor wanted a piece of AI, and every startup wanted to sell them one. The problem is that most investors cannot tell the difference between real AI and a convincing demo. Adding the word AI to a pitch deck was worth hundreds of millions in valuation before a single product shipped. Building real AI is expensive and slow. Training models, hiring researchers, years of development before anything works at scale. Hiring humans to do the same work is cheaper, faster, and produces results that look identical from the outside. No investor visits the server room. No due diligence team audits the algorithm. They see the demo and write the check. Builder.ai told customers its platform could build any software application in days, using AI instead of a development team. What nobody knew was that this pattern had already played out at one of the largest companies on Earth. In January 2018, Amazon opened its first public store with a promise that changed how people thought about retail. Cameras and sensors tracked every item a customer picked up. The technology had a name: Just Walk Out. Shoppers walked in, grabbed what they needed, and left. Their accounts were charged with no human interaction required. It expanded into airports, sports stadiums, and office buildings. Amazon was licensing the technology to other retailers. In April 2024, journalists reported what was actually powering Just Walk Out. It was not an algorithm. More than 1,000 workers in India were watching camera footage and manually tagging every customer transaction. Amazon already had a platform for this. It was called Mechanical Turk. Humans performing tasks machines couldn't do. By February 2026, Amazon had shut down every Amazon Go and Amazon Fresh location. The experiment was over. Amazon had at least built something that worked. The next company on this list hadn't even done that. Before Builder.ai and Amazon Go, Roni Abovitz was raising billions on a vision of augmented reality nobody had ever seen. In 2016, Magic Leap released a demo video, a full-sized whale breaching through the floor of a school gymnasium. Google and Alibaba invested, AT&T followed. Together, they put $2.6 billion behind a device nobody had ever touched. The pitch was that the footage was filmed directly through the Magic Leap device. This was its actual capability. When technology journalists investigated, they found the demo had not been filmed through the device at all. The Magic Leap 1 headset shipped in 2018. It could not do anything close to what the demos had shown. The valuation that had peaked at $6.4 billion collapsed by more than 90% within 6 months of launch. Magic Leap quietly pivoted to enterprise software. The consumer AR revolution it had promised never arrived. Magic Leap raised billions on demo videos. IBM was about to do the same thing with cancer treatment. In 2012, IBM announced that Watson, its artificial intelligence system, was going to transform cancer treatment. MD Anderson Cancer Center signed on immediately, committing to a partnership that would eventually cost $62 million. Watson was trained to read medical literature and patient records, then recommend treatment options to oncologists. The problem was what Watson had been trained on: hypothetical cases, not real patient data from actual clinical treatment. Watson's treatment recommendations were flagged by oncologists as incorrect, and confidence in the entire project began to collapse. IBM's own contract with MD Anderson stated that Watson was not ready for human investigational or clinical use. 5 years into the project, $62 million later, Watson had not treated a single patient. In September 2016, MD Anderson canceled the project entirely. IBM quietly moved Watson away from oncology and never looked back. 3 companies had run the same script, and a 4th was about to do it at a drive-through window. Presto Automation sold one specific promise: an AI voice assistant that could take drive-through orders without a single human involved. Del Taco signed on, Checkers followed, Carl's Jr. came next. Presto told them all the AI would handle everything. The marketing was specific: a friendly AI voice, available around the clock, operating at peak efficiency, never forgetting to upsell. Every time a customer pulled up to a Checkers or Del Taco drive-thru, they thought they were talking to a machine. In December 2023, SEC filings revealed the truth: 70% of Presto's orders required a human agent to complete them. Those humans were working remotely from the Philippines, listening through the drive-thru intercom and completing orders one by one. The SEC launched an investigation into Presto's disclosures, specifically whether the company had misrepresented its AI capabilities to investors. Presto's CEO told investors on an earnings call that human agents would always play a role in ensuring order accuracy. Builder.ai was the latest, but the question the press never asked was why this keeps happening at all. The reason this keeps working is not that investors are foolish, it is that AI is genuinely real. Google DeepMind is solving problems that stumped researchers for decades. Genuine AI doing what no human team could match. That reality is what creates the cover. If AI can do it somewhere, investors assume it can do it anywhere. Venture capital moves on narrative. And in 2022, AI was one of the defining investment stories of the decade. The incentive in venture capital is to invest, not to wait for proof. And that means nobody is asking hard questions. No term sheet requires proof of automation. The demo is the due diligence, and the demo always works. By the time the gap between the pitch and the product becomes visible, the money is already in the bank. Building real AI takes years and costs hundreds of millions. Hiring workers in Manila or Bangalore costs a fraction of that. The fraud only needs to hold long enough for the next funding round. And then the round after that. Amazon ran it for years. IBM ran it for years. Neither was ever stopped by the people writing the checks. Builder.ai raised $230 million, and Fast Company called it the 3rd most innovative AI company on Earth. Right now, hundreds of startups are pitching themselves as the next OpenAI, and most will never face an audit. There is no requirement to disclose how much of an AI product is actually human. The word itself has no legal definition. The question that would stop this is one that almost nobody writing a check ever thinks to ask. Not what can your AI do, but who is actually doing it right now behind the interface you just saw. The investors who funded Builder.ai were not careless. They were afraid. The AI wave was real. The upside was enormous, and the cost of scrutiny was potentially missing the next Google. Fast Company's ranking became the due diligence. Microsoft's check became the credibility. Every person in the chain had an incentive to believe, and no structural obligation to verify. Nobody examined what was behind the interface, because doing so meant confronting something nobody in that room wanted to face, that they were already too late. Builder.ai collapsed in May 2025, but the conditions that produced it are still in place. The funding is still flowing, The demos are still working, and the audits are still not coming. Somewhere right now, a founder is telling investors their AI can do something it cannot, and the room is applauding.